Did you know your daily oatmeal might quietly harm your heart, depending on what you mix in? It's a tough truth to heart, especially if you're someone who's tried to make healthier choices as you've gotten older. Oatmeal has a good reputation, and for good reason, on its own. It's gentle on the stomach, full of soluble fiber, and great for managing cholesterol and blood sugar. But here's what most people don't realize once you start adding the wrong toppings or mixins, many of which are marketed as healthy. That same bowl can quietly turn into a sugar bomb, a metabolic stressor, or even a long-term threat to your organs. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar spikes, additives, and certain fats. Your digestion slows down, your insulin response changes, and your liver and kidneys work a little harder to filter out what they used to handle with ease. What you put in your oatmeal can either help your body or quietly overwhelm it. And the scary part is, most people don't even know which ingredients are doing the damage in this video. We're looking at 7 foods that are often added to oatmeal by older adults, and why each one could be doing far more harm than good. Some of these might surprise you. Others you may have trusted for years, but by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and how to make sure your oatmeal remains the health sting meal you intended it to be. Stay with us until the end, because just removing 1 or 2 of these from your routine could mean better energy, more stable blood sugar, and even protection for your liver, kidneys, and heart. Your breakfast should never work against you, especially when it's something you eat every single day. Number 1, brown sugar that stresses your insulin response. Brown sugar might look a little more natural than white sugar, but for your body, especially after 60, it's all processed the same way. And when you scoop it into your morning oatmeal, you're not just sweetening your food, you're triggering a sharp rise in blood sugar that can leave you feeling tired, foggy, and even hungrier. An hour later, worse over time. Those repeated spikes wear down your insulin response and increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, even in people who think they're eating healthy. That's because as we age, the pancreas produces less insulin and the body becomes more resistant to the insulin it does produce when you throw fast-absorbing sugar into the mix. Like the kind found in brown sugar, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. Your blood sugar jumps, then it crashes. And over time, this pattern leads to more belly fat or inflammation and more damage to your blood vessels. I remember a woman named Janet, 67, who swore by her healthy breakfast of oatmeal with a little brown sugar and skim milk. She couldn't figure out why she always needed a nap, but after reviewing her diet with her doctor, she cut out the added sugar, and within a week, her morning energy leveled out. I didn't think it was the sugar. She told me it was just a spoonful, but it was enough to set everything off. Brown sugar doesn't come alone either. It often brings a craving for more sweet things later in the day. That's because sugar triggers dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical, and as that wears off, you're left with a dip that makes you reach for another hit. It's not about willpower, it's about chemistry. If you still want a touch of sweetness in your oatmeal, consider a few slices of banana or some cinnamon and vanilla. Instead, these offer gentle natural flavor without sending your blood sugar into a tailspin. The key isn't to fear sweetness, but to stop flooding your body with the kind that burns fast and leaves damage in its wake. When you start your morning with stable blood sugar, everything else works better. Your mood, your memory, even your metabolism. And by removing just that one scoop of brown sugar, you're giving your body a head start that can carry through the rest of your day. Number 2, artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners may seem like the smart choice, especially for seniors watching their blood sugar. But the truth is far more complicated. These low-calorie alternatives, often found in little pink or yellow packets, might save you a few grams of sugar in the short term. But they can quietly wreak havoc on your metabolism, gut health, and even liver function over time. Here's why your body expects sweetness to come with calories and energy. But when it gets sweetness without those calories, as it does with things like sucralose, aspartame, or saccharin, it gets confused. This mismatch can alter your insulin response, increase cravings later in the day, and even slow down your metabolism in older adults where hormonal sensitivity is already shifting. That disruption can make it harder to lose weight, harder to control blood sugar, and easier to gain belly fat